were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our...
Hi friends, welcome back to the Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. First thing first, thank you all for your amazingly kind well wishes for our lily bug, our little dachshund, who had quite the weekend this past weekend. She is mending well. She finally has started to eat and drink a little bit, done what she's needed to do outside, and seems to be feeling a little bit more like herself, to the point where I had to start giving her the, tranquilizers to help keep her a little bit calmer, because she was starting to feel just a little too much more like herself. I hadn't given her any for the last day or so because she just didn't need them, but today she obviously did. So she's finally calm enough that I can finally maybe get to a canning project, start it today. We won't be finishing this till tomorrow, but we can start it today. And I've been waiting forever to get enough tomatoes and apples to make this recipe, apple barbecue sauce. It's one of our favorites. We love it. I am completely out of it from last year, so this is great timing. And it's also great timing because David and Aiden went down back for me 3 nights ago, and look what they found. Our apple tree was full of all of these Macintosh apples, perfect for making barbecue sauce. And yes, the freeze dryer is still going. That corn is taking forever. I think it's on 28 hours now. It actually took a long time freezing. I will freeze it next time. And when I say a long time, I think it was 7-ish hours before it started going to the freezing cycle, and then the freeze-dried cycle. So yeah, it's taking a long time. We're probably down to the last hour or two, maybe. I might have to put it on longer, but it's worth it because I love having the freeze-dried corn. I love having my canned corn, but I didn't have enough jars to make more canned corn, and I thought, why not do the freeze dryer? And the last batch turned out so beautifully that going forward, I might not can corn anymore. It might just be getting freeze-dried. Takes up a lot less space, and it's delicious as a snack even. Anyway, yeah, so the boys were able to get all those apples picked for me, so I've been waiting to have enough apples and enough tomatoes, and I won't be obviously using all these apples. It's a pretty easy recipe. I'm actually not even going to take the peelings off because I will be blending all this after it's cooked for the next bit. I'm going to let this cook overnight, and we will can it up tomorrow and get it canned with our steam canner. We're going to be using the steam canner to can all these because this is high acid, obviously, so we don't need to worry about pressure canning it. I have a lot of more apples afterwards. I think I'm going to do some apple pie filling. I'm out completely, did not know that. So we'll be doing some apple pie filling later this week. And when we go apple picking this year, I think we're only going to go pick a small amount of eating apples because all of our canned apple needs will be met. So we can just get some good eating ones. So I have a mix of tomatoes. I have some brandywines, okay, and some of my opaca, which opaca, I think is how it's said, from M.I. Gardener. These have been amazing. There is no water in these whatsoever. They're a great, and they taste good too. So I'm going to get these all cored, chopped up, thrown into my slow cooker. Did I mention we're going to be doing this in the slow cooker all night into tomorrow? So it's going to be equal parts. So however many cups of tomatoes this makes, I got my measurement right here. This is the same amount of apples we're going to make. I am going to peel the apples just because we don't like the apple peeling. But like I said, I'm not going to be... normally I would roast all these tomatoes to get the peelings off, but I just can't today. It's been a rough couple of days. Lily is sleeping with us at night, so we can keep an eye on her a little bit better. And I can't go away from her for too long because she seems to want me close by. So yeah, I need to do something as quick as I can so I can get back closer to her. The good news is it's helping me finish up some crocheting projects I need to get done. I don't know if I mentioned, but I have a craft table at the Eastern Ontario Homesteading Conference next month this year. I'm pretty excited and also terrified. Absolutely terrified. I hope it goes well. I really do. I have a lot of things to take. It's one of those things where I don't know what to make because I'm not sure what's going to be popular. So I have several things of many things. So, okay. Oh wait, no, you know what? I want to measure these first and see how many cups this gets. So I'm just going to keep cutting and coring these, chopping them up, and then we'll figure out how many cups are in this box I have here. They have been washed. I already washed them. Fairly easy recipe. But if you want to take the time and roast these to get the peelings off, you absolutely could do that. It honestly makes a great flavor, but one good thing about slow cooking this all day and into tomorrow is that it kind of gets that roasted tomato flavor. That's amazing. I like slow cooking it. Okay, we've got one more brandy one, and then I'm going to start on the opacas, and we might be measuring this twice because that's already quite full with just the two I cut. That was 16 cups of tomatoes. I didn't think it was that much. I really hope I'm going to have enough room for 16 cups of apples and some onion and all that. But so now I have to peel and core and chop up 16 cups of apples. All right, 16 cups of tomatoes and 16 cups of apples. I'm just going to try and give them a stir. I'm going to add 4 cups of water, and I'm just going to let these cook down for several hours, maybe even overnight, and then I'll get to adding the rest of the ingredients and let those slow cook for a few hours tomorrow. We'll see how this evening goes. It's supper time. Getting these off a little bit later than I wanted to, but it's hard to get a lot of things done when you are babysitting a hurt puppy. Okay, I'm going to put them on low. And might see me this evening, might be tomorrow morning. It is the next morning. And this is all nice and soft, so I'm just going to take my immersion blender and blend it all up. If you have a blender, you could certainly put this all in your blender. I'm trying to reduce the amount of dishes I'm going to be doing because I've already done some, and I have to wash up all my jars still. So I'm just going to blend this until it's completely smooth, and then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients that make this the most delicious barbecue sauce. We are all nice and blended. I'm not seeing any chunks, but I'm not putting my blender away yet because I am going to blend all the ingredients into this too. Next, we're going to add our ingredients. So you need about 2 cups of brown sugar. I don't have time to make brown sugar. I don't have 2 cups. I have barely a cup right now. So I'm going to do 2 cups of my organic cane sugar and then pour in about a 1/4 cup of molasses. Okay, a 1/4 cup of Himalayan sea salt and 2½ cups of organic apple cider vinegar. About ½ cup of onion. This is preference. You can do up to 1 whole cup if you want. Pug was barking. A 1/4 cup of Himalayan sea salt, and then in this bowl I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of cloves, and a teaspoon of celery seed. A heaping teaspoon of celery seed, I should say. And yes, now I could wait and immersion blend everything all at one time, but I really like doing it in batches. I like making sure that those tomatoes and apples. My words. I'm so tired, friends. It has been a long few days with Lily here, looking after her. So I'm just going to give this a quick blend because David doesn't like onions, so I want to make sure the onions are pureed. Okay, so we're all blended. I couldn't seem to find any chunks of onion, but I'll probably give it another quick blend after they've cooked a little bit, just to make sure. Now I'm going to cook this uncovered for about a ½ hour. I want it to get thicker, so I want more of that water to evaporate. There was a lot of water when I came down this morning, just from the apples and the tomatoes releasing it, and I took the lid off then for about 2 hours, and a lot of the water reduced. So basically we're going to cook it to the thickness that you like. I want it fairly thick. We'll see how thick I can get it because I'm also canning this today. So wherever it's at and within the next couple hours, that's where I'm going to be canning it. So like I said, uncovered for at least a ½ hour. I'll taste it, see if it needs any more salt or any more spices or even more of the cider vinegar. I don't think so. I think we're pretty good there. And this gives me time to get all my jars ready. I should also mention I still kept my crock pot on low. how many jars I'm gonna need. So I've just dug out a bunch, and this is the size, the half pints. The half pints, it's just hard because my grandmother's always called them jelly jars. They never really said what actual physical size they were. Half pints is the perfect size for us for what we need. And I'm also gonna have a couple of quarter pints washed up just in case. I have a couple that need, I need a couple of quarter pints if I can't fill all of a whole pint. So I'm gonna wash up 12 half pints and a couple of quarter pints. And while I'm washing them, we are going to be checking for nicks and chips and any cracks in the jars to make sure they're good to go into the steam canner. I'm also going to wash my lids. I'm opening some new boxes of my 4-jar lids, and we don't have to boil them anymore. Actually, boiling them can actually hurt the silicone seal because they're not made from the same material that they used to be, so you don't need to boil them to activate it. But you should still wash them because it's sanitary, for one. And two, there could be some grease from the machine that makes these, that punches them out. I've actually felt it a couple of times, so you want to make sure that that's all washed off, because not only is it gross, but two, it can affect your seal. So we are going to wash all these up. And I am an affiliate with 4-jars, but I would never recommend them if I didn't myself use them and love them. I love them. I have canned so much with them this summer already. Like, I'm already opening another 2 packs of lids here. And if you would like 10% off your order of anything on the website, you can use my code, Bucket List Homestead, and that will get you 10% off your order. And as I am filming this, they are having quite the sale right now on their lids. I will pop it up here if it's still going at the time of filming and let you know when it runs out. I think it runs out pretty quick, but I'll still put it up here just in case if it's still valid. So we're just gonna wash these up, have some lunch, and then check on our barbecue sauce in about another 20 minutes or so. We are ready to fill our jars. So I added a little bit more cinnamon. I added more spices, all of them. So I'm probably up to 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 2 teaspoons of each of the celery seed and the cloves. I didn't add any more salt. And I'm trying to think, I added one more thing. What was it? I think I added a little bit more molasses. And then I finally got the flavor I was looking for. So we need to leave 1-inch head space. Could be a little bit thicker, but one of my favorite ways to use this actually is to add apple butter when I am going to use it, like in a roast or whatever. So another reason I don't want this too sweet, because the apple butter will be very sweet. And it will also make it thicker. So I have my little stick to debubble, and I also have a clean cloth with white vinegar and to wipe off all the rims, because this will be sticky and we want to make sure our jars seal. So I got quite a few jars in my steam canner here. We are at the max that I can have in here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 half pints. We're gonna put our lid down. I've turned it up to high. Wait for it to come up. Oh, I wanna make sure the steam vent is to the back. Where are we here? It is right there. Okay. So that's going to go to the back. Safety, so we don't burn ourselves. And I'm waiting for it to come up to the V. And like I said, it's 30 minutes, just as if you're steam canning or water bath canning. And I'm going to go fill more jars. 24 jars of apple barbecue sauce for our pantry shelves. That will definitely do us through the winter into next spring. Makes me very happy to know I have all that done. Finally had enough tomatoes and apples at the same time to make it. And if you want to know more about the steam canner, I'm going to share the video I shared here that I uploaded a couple months ago now, maybe a month or so ago. I've lost all track of time. I'm going to share that here so you can see from start to finish. The very first time I tried the steam canner, I am totally converted from using my water bath canner to the steam canner. It uses so little water. That is the big plus, especially when we are in a drought, though they are starting to lift the drought warning a little bit, so maybe we're coming out of it a little bit, but still it's a great way not to have to use so much water. It's much lighter for me to be able to move, and the turnaround is insanely fast. Yes, it took a few minutes to get to the level I needed for the first batch, but after that it came almost immediately, and I got them all done relatively quickly. It really was much quicker than I got this all done, and my water bath canner would probably just now be reaching boiling point. That's it for today, friends. Until then, take care, God bless, and we'll see y'all soon.